Say you are tuned in to Transitions, Life, Lessons, and Legacy with Robert Henderson Jr., President, Founder, CEO. I did your introduction today, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I
We
know.
didn't even say who you were.
I know.
All
Let's
right, well, go ahead.
rewind. Rewind. Happy
Two.
Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You are tuned in, tapped into Transitions, Life, Lessons, and Legacy. I am Hyacinth Henderson, and he is.
Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, the founder of the Henderson Financial Group, and the founder of the Henderson Insurance, and the founder of Henderson Realty Enterprises. And this is my daughter who's been with me for 19 years at the office here.
19
Yeah, the
years.
big 40 coming on,
Yes.
getting ready to have the big 40, huh?
Yeah,
40,
I'm excited.
40. You
I'm
excited
ready
about
for it.
40,
Yeah,
40
I've been
next
telling people
month?
I'm 40 already.
Oh, okay.
But
You get
Kyla
that
keeps
from me,
saying
huh?
stop. Yeah, she's like, stop it.
Get
Stop.
that from
You're
me,
not
huh?
40 yet.
Yeah, you already in 40.
Yeah, I feel it.
And where's the retrograde? Where is it? Is it
Well,
strawberry or?
no, thank you for asking. You're right on time. So Mercury have been retrograde for the past 2 weeks. Now it's station.
Oh,
So we're still going to feel some of the effects of it, and then it'll move
okay.
direct. But retrograde causes us to relax, rewind, review some
Oh,
things, and just kind of go within to see what's going on, what needs attention. So
okay.
Mercury stationed direct yesterday, but Wednesdays are ruled by Mercury.
Okay.
So every Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
that's why it's great that we do our show on Wednesdays, because Mercury is all about communication,
Okay.
and we communicate well with the folks on
Why never hear
Wednesdays.
you talk about Jupiter? Jupiter is pretty powerful. Why I never hear you
Jupiter
talk
is so powerful.
Yes.
Jupiter is Thursday.
Oh,
Jupiter is the wealth planet,
that's
the
right.
action planet, the
That's right.
expansion, the abundance planet.
That's right.
So that's
Jupiter is
Thursday.
all that. Okay.
Yes, yes. So when you want your big money ideas and stuff like that, you tap into Thursdays.
I was riding my bike and they started talking about Jupiter. Look out for Jupiter. And I said,
Really?
yeah.
Good.
And,
I'm
you
so
know,
glad. Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Earth, Wind and Fire, 1974 live concert, and one of the Jupiter song came out.
Wow. Good. I'm so glad. And
sounds-
it made you think of me.
Yes. Even though you wasn't even born 1974. But okay, when I said Jupiter, I said, okay, my
Yeah.
daughter.
We love this. Jupiter is about expansion.
Yes.
So we love that. All right. How you feeling?
Excellent.
Good. Good. You know what? When I got my hair done yesterday, you like my hair?
Yes, love it.
Good. I love it too. Glad you love it. I got my hair done and it took 10 hours. We watched the Underground Railroad.
10 hours? Wow.
Is that a show you told me to watch?
I told you to watch that.
Sometimes I had to close my eyes and put my head down.
No, but it was really good. Well
Yeah.
written.
I-
Did you get the meaning?
yeah.
Yeah.
I got the meaning, but
Oh,
it
I'm talking
was.
about the latest one or what? The latest
I
one?
saw season 1. How
Oh,
many seasons is it?
Oh, yeah, it's just season 1. That's it.
Season
It
1.
just came out.
Oh, season 1. But I didn't.
Oh, you finished the whole season?
I finished the whole season.
okay.
But some of it I closed my eyes, so I might have missed some stuff.
Oh, you talking about the torture part?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a greater meaning
And all
than
that.
that.
But it did remind me of, because we know our history, but oftentimes we get caught up in our day to day. And I don't want to say we forget it, but we don't really lean into it, right? So to see the story of Cora, what's her name, right?
I think so, yeah.
Cora being a slave that was on the run, and every time she would go on the Underground Railroad and find a new state and start acclimating there, the slave catcher would come back and find her.
Right.
And uproot her and snatch her from her entire environment.
Right.
And to know the freedoms that we have now, it
Right.
just kind of is like, gosh, it
She
puts
finally
some
got him,
fire.
though.
She finally got
I
him.
tell you.
She finally got
but
him.
that lets you know.
I wish she would have got the little boy too.
She just let that fool go.
I wish she would have got the little boy
but
too.
no, but they're always here. They look like you,
yes,
but they think like them.
yes,
That's always.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
always. And
Yeah.
that was the message there.
Mm-hmm.
They may look like you.
That's right.
Sound like you.
That's right.
But think like them.
That's right. That's right. It was a powerful series. I'm debating on if I'm gonna go back through and watch it again.
very good.
Because some of the stuff I just was like, I couldn't take it. So let me ask you a question. Then we'll get into today's show about the mind. What happened to the lady and her babies, the twins? Because one moment she was nursing the baby, she was happy, and then the next scene, and of course, again, I had to put my head down sometimes. She was gone. She was dead, and the babies were dead. The 2 twin babies. Do you remember
I
that?
have to think about it for a second.
Okay.
Caught me off guard. I have to think about it.
All
Let's say
right.
hello to Denise Ward here.
Hey.
And Jerome McMillan. How y'all doing? Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Who else we have?
Hey. All right. So for those of you who are new, he already told you he's the president, founder, and CEO of the Henderson Financial Group and Henderson Insurance and Henderson Realty Enterprises. I am the managing director at the Henderson Financial Group. full service financial planning and investment advisory firm. I'm a licensed stockbroker. I'm a licensed investment advisor, as well as a licensed annuity and insurance broker as well. And I like to give that introduction, not to kind of toot our horn and say, look at me, because really, as Mr. Henderson loves to say, the license doesn't make the man, right? It's
the
about
woman.
or the woman.
Right.
The license doesn't make the person. So it doesn't matter what license you have. It depends on what you do with it. But I like to share that because there are some people who are new, and it's like, okay, I may be scrolling past Facebook or YouTube and find this, and we don't know your background.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yes, I'm a stockbroker. I got my stockbroker's license, I think 35 years ago, CFP 35 years ago. I think I got my insurance license, I don't know, probably 1981 or something. You know, been doing this a long time. But when I say the belt don't make the man, that reminds me when I was young and we was doing karate, and we couldn't afford to keep paying for our belts, like the yellow belt, the blue belt. So we just kept our white belts, and we was kicking black belt people that was more affluent areas. They had all these black belts, and we ain't had no belt because we couldn't afford to pay for the belt in the hood, and we would kick their butt.
Right.
So that's when I came up with, the belt don't make the man.
Wow, you learned that lesson very early on.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
So you're like, wait a minute, we don't have the money to pay, but we have the skills.
Right.
And because we have the skills and they have the money and they went on and they got promoted.
Yes.
But you were still able to kick butt.
Oh, yeah. We would visit other
love that.
schools, and our instructor say, hey, okay, y'all, we getting ready to go we getting ready to go practice with and scrimmage, so to speak, with another school across town. It might have been an affluent area. And we go in there, and they brown belts and white belts. And we would go over there because we know that we was putting in the work. And they had they had the pretty uniforms. Their dojo was all pretty. And then we would go there and exercise and work out together. And they had these black belts, and we had like torn uniforms and not the pants but the shirt.
Half, right,
Oh,
piece
man.
together.
We would mop the floor with them.
But that's a valuable lesson for you to learn.
Yeah, it means the belt don't make the man. So you have a lot of people that like to just hide behind titles. And when you look at that, they like to hide behind titles, badges, uniforms, and they ain't it. Some of them like to hide behind their clergy or their minister, but they're acting like a thug. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so that's what we say, the belt don't make the man. You got to look beyond that title. Just because I got an MBA or just because I have a CFP. All CFPs are not alike.
That's right.
I tried to hire 2 other CFPs. Oh, my God, man.
Yeah.
It's just like the Flintstones.
Yeah, robots.
They was robots. They were good at passing a test, but in terms of thinking metaphorically, they was like, so all CFP people ain't rich.
Yeah.
Just like all stockbrokers
Aren't rich. Yeah, I think that's very important across the board, especially now as we're in this space that we're in now. Real estate is booming. I mean, it depends on your perspective, right? Some people say it's been booming, but regardless, a lot of people are going out to get their real estate license now. And so we know that Florida has this large number of real estate realtors, right? Just because you're a realtor, you have your real estate license, doesn't mean you're going to be successful at being a realtor.
No.
So when we think about things like that, you have to think about the mindset behind why you're doing something. And I think that's a beautiful tie-in to what we're going to talk about today, because oftentimes we want the title, we want the belt, but we don't want to sharpen our mind first, and then really first sit down and ask ourselves, what are we going to do with this, and who do I need to become to be able to be successful?
Right.
Because you hear about all these people that are being, their success stories, but they have a different mindset. Completely different mindset. So I'll let you pick today's topic. Where are we going with this? The title is, I forgot it.
Understanding how your mind works?
Yeah, understanding how your mind works. Yeah.
I wanted to really, because most people don't just think that they just, came to the planet and they just here and they just looking and they just doing and they just conforming, and they're not really, having retrospect on themselves. They're not really looking at themselves and say, why do I feel like this? Why do I think like this? Why do I fear, or why do I think I can't do this? And most people don't do that. And I think not understanding who you are, you got to, first of all, you got to separate, your consciousness, your subconsciousness, and your body. And most people think their body is them. And see, me, I like to look at things metaphorically. And everything from traffic to, just like I just told you about when I was a kid, and I saw how we could whip those black belt guys, and we didn't have no belt, that there was a principle, a message. So almost everything I do, I look at the message. And it aligns with nature. Everything, the way I come up with my answers, I have to solve it and check it first with nature. I have to see does it fit into a principle, because everything is in principles and is in alignment. Now, they come in different shapes and colors, but you have got to be able to say, does this make sense? Perfect example. If somebody came up to me and say, Henderson, you got a lot of clients, y'all company. If each client, can you have each client give my company $1,000, and in 1 month they're gonna have $100,000. Now, how do I use principle on that? How do I use nature on that? Well, first of all, you got to consider the source. For someone to come that I don't even know, unless they come in with a halo or some wings on their back and they're and they're hovering above the land, then I know that it's not spiritual. So I know for someone to come to me, a complete stranger, and say, Henderson, I want to give you an investment that's going to, the clients put in $1,000 and they're going to make $100,000 in a month or even a year. And they don't have to do nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. All they got to do is just have the money, and they're going to get $100,000 in a month or a year, whatever it is, okay? How do I automatically know that cannot be true? How do I know that it cannot be true? So the first thing I'm thinking about all the wealth, I'm thinking about the people, the poverty in the world. I'm thinking about the federal government, the so-called debt. I'm thinking about, Section 8. I'm thinking about all this stuff. Now, here, this guy here, I don't even know. And like I said, he doesn't have a halo. He's not walking through walls. And I'm a complete stranger. So the first thing I'll ask this guy, I say, do you have any cousins, sisters, and brothers? And if he says yes, I want to know, are they all rich? Did they all give you $1,000? Not once, but twice, I think that guy who comes to me, there's a whole lot of other people that he can help before he comes to a complete stranger.
That's my, yeah.
So therefore, I veto that, and I said, no, thank you. I don't want to hear the pitch, because it doesn't make sense. Because first of all of the rich billionaires will give him not just $1,000, they'll give him $100 million and get that 1,000%.
And he won't be seeking strangers. People will be seeking him out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you got the goods, you ain't got to go begging and knocking to the door. That's why I don't carry business cards with me when I'm in an event. I'm not talking to someone saying, hey, can you do business with me? No, I don't do that. I believe in, if you cooking good and your food's so good,
they coming.
They gonna come to you.
They're coming. Yeah.
They're coming. Yeah. They're gonna come.
So I like that. That was the first test, and another test is the principle of time. When you tie that into nature.
Yes, time.
And then the third one is that you don't have to do anything.
Yes.
Because nature teaches us that as well.
All of that. Soon as so quick, so it happens so quick, so quick. That's not nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not the way the universe works.
There's a time for sowing and there's a time for reaping.
Right.
And then you also have to cultivate before you harvest.
And anytime they say this is so easy, and when it's so easy, I was over my mother's house Tuesday night, last night, and I go over there Tuesday nights and Saturday nights, Saturday evenings, after I leave the office, and I put puzzles together with her, and she always asks me, Junior, why you always pick the puzzles so hard? And I say, Mom, I've learned at an early age, if I do everything that's hard, you get greater rewards. If it's so easy, I said, think about it. Everything that's difficult, you're not going to have a whole lot of competition. So therefore, when you do it, it's going to be like, voila, how did you do that? So we should focus on
what's hard
and difficult, because then you work in your mind. Like right now, I'm working on Moonlight and Sonata with Beethoven.
Okay, with Moses.
Yes, on the piano piece. I mean, it is a long piece.
Okay.
And I'm building like I'm building a puzzle.
Okay.
And we're working on it and working on it. I said, I hope I can be through with this by Christmas. He said, no, man, you're gonna be through with this in another month.
Oh wow.
And I already been working on it for a month.
Okay.
And I love it because you go over and over and over.
Yeah, I get sick of that when he does that with me.
You know?
Oh my gosh. I'm like, why do I want to keep doing the same thing?
His principle is repetition.
That's what he says.
It's repetition.
I mean, I do it, but I'm just like, I have to talk to I have to do a lot of self-talk when I'm doing piano.
But repetition is the key to everything. There's anybody who's achieving anything good, I'll tell you repetition.
I understand that. I understand 100%. I'm just having a moment of honesty and transparency that when we take piano every Sunday, it's just like, I'm like, you got to do something else.
And it's a form of meditation too.
I agree, but he has me doing the same thing like 20 times.
But that means you ain't good at it yet.
I agree. You're right about
That's
that.
right. I mean, because when he comes here like on a Tuesday night, and he comes here and it's like 7:30 at night, and I just finished working on someone's plan. I have to quickly leave that
And shift.
come up here and get on the keyboard and start it. Beethoven, you know, and it's good meditation, and you can focus.
I know. I look forward to. That's why I didn't cancel him. Yeah, I mean, it's not free. I pay him.
So that's a principle too. Do what's hard. Anytime you do what's easy, the reward is not going to be great.
So how does that work for your mind? Let's talk about the topic, understanding your mind. So we started today's show giving everyone examples and things like that. But what we want you to understand is that you really are the person that programs your mind, either knowingly or unknowingly.
Okay, so right. So I'm glad you said it that way. Because you, me, us, them, y'all, we are apart from and separate from our mind. And
It's not us.
It's not us.
Yeah.
And most people don't know that. It's like putting stuff in your refrigerator.
Right.
And whatever you put in your refrigerator
Right.
and you let it spoil or
Right.
whatever, then it's going to mold. It's not good.
I love that. Yeah.
I just thought about that.
Yeah, I love that. Way to
See,
go.
I'm a visual person, so I have to.
So go back to that, putting stuff in the refrigerator. And then there are sometimes people who know what they already have in their refrigerator. They keep standing in front of the refrigerator and opening the door. And it's like, okay. And then they get back up and stand and look in and open. It's like, you didn't put anything new in there. How are you going to get something else out?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. How are you going to get something else? You want steak and eggs for breakfast, but you know you ain't bought no steak and eggs since the last time you opened and closed that refrigerator door. So when you think about your mind, you want a new lifestyle. You want a prosperous lifestyle. You want a new career. You want to be the best realtor in South Florida. You want to be the best whatever on the universe. What are you putting into your mind so that you can be able to produce the thoughts and the actions and the habits that yield that lifestyle?
Yeah, but let's go back, because some people, this is like new
A little
to
bit
them.
too fast?
Yes, too fast. And
Too fast, too soon.
yes, and you got to be in line with nature.
Okay.
And nature says, you know, when you plant, it takes time. You got to cultivate it. You know, and even though we're talking about mind, you all, it has a lot to do with wealth building, because what we're talking about right now, you need all of this for wealth building. Now, if you want to be quick, fast, in a hurry, you go out there and sell some drugs. They're coming at you. They at you. They at you. They're gonna get you. And if you're black like me, like us, they give you 1,000 years.
Right.
So don't be talking about why they ain't doing the right thing. Okay.
Right.
Because they know that there's certain people that want to do things fast, so they write the laws. To everybody who do things fast and quick, we're giving them a gazillion years, and ain't nobody gonna care.
And you tell me, how could they do that?
How could they do that?
We did it.
That's right.
Right.
They know that. They know that studying your mind and cultivating and doing things right and taking your time, they know that's hard. That's why wealth is built over time. Okay, so let's go back, because I don't want to skip over the part. I don't want to go too fast when we say you are not your mind. So first write that down. You are not your mind. You're separate from your mind. You're much powerful than mind. If they cut your brain open or whatever, they still can't really find you. That's just a physical part of you.
Right.
The other thing is, you are not your five senses. Now that's deep, because most people say, this is how I feel, it can't change me, this is how I feel. No, that's your attitude. You saying that's how you feel. You can easily say, hey,
You can choose a different feeling.
you could choose.
can
That's
choose
one thing the Creator gave each and every last one of
Choice.
us. Choice. That is so powerful. That's so powerful, because if he didn't give us choice, then we would be what? Robots. So choice dictates what we're going to do. Now, I'm not saying that the Creator didn't know we're going to make that choice, because the Creator, the knower of all things, the giver of all gifts, knows it before you was on your mom, before you was in your mother's womb. That's totally different from choice.
Right, okay.
And that's totally different. God did this. No. You
You chose.
you chose.
You chose. You were dealt those hands or that cards. You may be in that environment, but you still had a choice.
That's right. Okay, so let's go back to, first of all, that could be a shocker for a lot of people. You're not your mind.
That's deep. We got to spend some time massaging that. You are not your mind.
Right.
Because a lot of times people say, well, you know, the thought just told me to do it. My mind just told me to do it. I don't know, something inside of me. And it's like, well, who has control here? So separating, understanding that you are not your mind, you literally get to program your mind, your subconscious mind. And we want to go a little bit deeper. You get to reprogram your subconscious mind to be whoever it is that you want to be. The problem is most people are caught in the cycle of doing the same things over and over again. and then they've been conditioned to do things a certain way. So when we talk about reprogramming your subconscious mind, and we talk about the methods on how to reprogram your subconscious mind, it seems it's uncomfortable because it's not something that we're familiar with.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If you're not where you want to be, if you think there's more, rather than going out doing some drugs, do this. Don't take the easy way out and just try to get high and be out and be in la la land. Start studying your mind and start saying, okay, who am I? What is this? That is much more interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that they have us studying and reading and learning is boring and just BS. It doesn't really help us to become a better me, a better you, Catrice Hunt says, good afternoon.
Yeah.
This is off topic, but I wanted to thank you for suggesting the book, The Science of Being Great and the Science of Being Rich and the Science of Being Great. I listen to them doing my morning jogs, and they both are great. I'm telling you, hey, Catrice, I'm telling you, and if more, and for readers, it's very good, but they even have a free version of it on YouTube, and you put in that title, man, I'm telling you, it'll change your whole thought. And that's where you can start at.
I was just gonna say it's not off topic. It's actually right on topic, Catrice. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you for actually listening to us and then taking action.
Yes.
Right? Because the science of being great and the science of getting rich, this is a perfect example of reprogramming your subconscious mind. First of all, it was recorded 100 years ago or so, right? A long time ago. And the narrator of the audio, it's not very entertaining. It's very monotone. However, they teach you to do things in a certain way. They teach you how to reprogram your mind. And as Catrice said, she listens to it every morning. So you have to ask yourself, are you listening to the drive at 8? Are you listening to what are you listening to in the morning? And is it helping you reprogram your subconscious mind? Because those are 2 free resources that you can listen to and really start to see changes in your life. I was having a conversation this morning, and the question was, how did you make these big changes in your life? And I said, well, I never made a big change. They all started small.
Right.
Every single change in my life started small, with something very small. And it can start with you listening to that audio and then starting to see things and do things a different way. Because one of the things at the beginning of those books that it tells you, Wallace D. Wattles tells you, he says, don't read no other book while you're listening to this book. Don't watch no TV. Don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And that was years ago, before social media.
Yes.
So you think about it now, how much influence social media has on our mind.
And even your 5 senses.
Oh my gosh.
Make you feel bad.
Make you feel that you're behind.
Yeah.
Make you feel that you aren't the best. Make you feel like you aren't, where you need to be in life. So when you understand the subconscious programming that social media does, then you'll start to say, okay, as Mr. Henderson said, your mind is separate. And so start to peel back some of those things. Let me separate myself from this. Let me separate myself from that, and really spend time with my mind so that I can understand my mind. Because as you said, mindset has to do with wealth.
No, it has to do a whole lot with wealth.
Everybody thinks you get the money first and
No.
then you can fix your mindset, and it
No.
does not work that way.
No, it's like some people say, when I get rich, then I go to church.
Right. Or a man that says, when I get married, I'll stop cheating.
Yes.
But up until the wedding, then I'll do right. But when I get married, I'm just going to change.
Exactly.
And you're like, well, and as a woman, he was doing, you thought, why'd you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. He say, when I get married, then I'll stop cheating, or when I lose weight, then I'll go to the gym.
Right. Oh gosh. Right.
But I'm telling you, this whole mindset, I was having a conversation with Antonio, and then I have it with Tavares. One thing that I programmed myself to do is to not dwell on negative stuff, because any negative information that comes to me, I have to get it out of me. I can't dwell on it, because why? Because it's not going to make me a better person. It's not going to help me to go to the next level. Anything that's negative and dark, it pulls me down. So when I realized that, I don't really want to have a whole lot of part of that. You follow me? I said, okay, that happened. Okay, I got to get it out of me. It's almost like you just put, how you a smell that you can't control. All of a sudden, somebody passed gas and it goes in you. You want to get it out.
Right.
That's how negative come to me. I want to just get it out, because I didn't make it come to me, but all of a sudden it came to me, and I want to get it out.
And good for you. You have to get it out
Yes.
because that energetic vibrational frequency is very real.
Yes.
If you spend a lot of time allowing, you see the negativity, it's like, okay, I don't want to engage in it. I want to, make it positive. And if you can't, if you don't disengage in the negativity will overcome you.
No, it will overcome you, and then I'm gonna tell you something. And some people are just saturated and just used to, and just dwell and love negativity. Some people just they ain't doing good, or they don't feel comfortable unless they into the negative state. I can't be there because see, it brings sorrow, pain, discomfort, and I'm a type of person that I always want joy. I want laughter. What I want for myself, I want for the next man or woman.
Yes.
That's why I think I'm a great, matter of fact, I know I'm a really great financial planner.
Yeah.
Because when I find out something,
You share it.
I share it because it's so good. I'm like, okay, I got to tell them about this. Look what I found out. And I have to share it. Some people are like, Rob, why are you sharing? Why you don't hoard it? Well, I truly, truly believe the only reason why I found out that information is from a higher source. And if I am blessed to get that information, it's never just for one. A blessing, goodness is never just for one. When have you ever seen just one healthy apple tree? Just one apple on a tree?
Yeah.
No. It's
It's
healthy
like-
when it's an abundance of apples.
That's
on a tree.
right.
When have you ever seen just one ant happy?
Right.
No, it's an abundance. You
Right.
know? A bush of flowers, not just one rose. You want to see a bush. So therefore, we are at our best when we share and help each other, and then we in line with the universe, and we are in line. I mean, see, when you think about just life itself, Heisey, I think that someone you have to be in a negative state, and you have to be totally ignorant when you criticize or belittle someone on something that they cannot control. So you have these groups, these hate groups. When I see a hate group, or if I see a group that they have money and they don't want other people to have money, I know that is not natural. Because first of all, I can't brag because I have this much melanin in my skin, because I didn't make the melanin. You follow me? I cannot brag. And if you don't have melanin, you cannot brag that you superior because you don't have melanin, because you ain't do nothing. So you didn't do nothing. And even how you look, you can't take credit in that because you didn't do nothing. So when you're dealing with the universe, and when you're dealing with a thought and goodness, then it should be inclusion. It should be love. You want to share. You don't want sorrow. You don't want to pain. You don't want to hurt nobody. You don't want to destroy. You want to create, and you want to build up. So understanding the mind. Remember when we started talking about, and I made a metaphor, and I said the refrigerator? See, the refrigerator is like, you put stuff in that you can use.
Yes.
That's like your mind. Sometimes you put stuff in there, and if you don't use it, it could rot. And then you got to throw it out.
Right.
What does that really mean?
In the talking about the mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't use it, then you lose it, right? And so I like to think about, I would say gifts. I would say gifts and talents and the knowingness that one has. And if you don't use it, then you'll get to the point of, it's like, okay, the visual that I see is the universe or God or spirit is doing the person that's putting stuff into the refrigerator. So if God goes and plants a seed into you, as you stated, he wants you to multiply that seed. He doesn't want you to hoard that seed. Now, if he gives you that seed and you put it in your refrigerator and you let it rot, you don't lose it, do you think that you're going to get some more seeds? No. Do you think that God's going to say, okay, let me come back through and just put some more food in your refrigerator? Now you have to go back. Now you have to go out and till the land and do some work to say that, hey, I now need to use what I have to get more. So when I look at that refrigerator metaphor, I feel like oftentimes people have resources, have gifts, have talents, have money, whatever you want to call it. Give your time, talents, and your treasures. You used to say that in church, right? So they have these things, and when they allow them to rot away, they are standing outside of the refrigerator seeking more. But now it's like, you got to go and get you some more.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay. Well, let's get back to you are not your mind. That blows a lot of people out, because a lot of people think about their mind. A lot of people actually use substance, whether alcohol
Oh,
or
absolutely.
drugs, to alter their mind. Now, how do I look at that? Now, think about this for a second. Can you imagine going under the hood of a fancy automobile and you don't know anything about how that engine works? Nothing. And you start pulling, pushing, and taking out stuff. And then you close the hood and you get back in the car. Do you think the car is going to function correctly the way it was engineered and designed by the engineer?
No.
So I said the reason why I don't do drugs is because the mind, the brain, what the creator has put together, there's still people on the planet right now. Since 2021, still do not understand how that engine, i.e. the brain, really functions and works. So why would me, Robert Henderson, go put some substance in there where I may just freak out and never come back? I can't take that chance because it's the most powerful thing that I have in my whole existence.
It's good that you brought that up, because nowadays, and I don't know, I was having a conversation. I'm like, when did drugs become so prevalent?
Yes.
And I don't know, maybe I was disconnected from it, but nowadays, even the music, the rappers, they talk about doing drugs and they glorify it.
Yes.
When I was coming up, if you were doing drugs like, crack and all that kind of stuff, we were picking at you.
Yes.
But now in the music, they talk about popping pills and all this stuff. And so our children or the people around us think that it's cool. And so they start to do exactly what you said. They start to alter their mind by taking a substance, adding a substance under the hood that they don't even know how the car operates fully. What is this noise?
I don't know.
Is that thunder?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But that's that's the way I look at stuff. You know, I'm saying I look at stuff in pictures. So that doesn't make sense to me. That's like being on an airplane. You're 30,000 feet in the air, and you go to the cockpit and you just start pressing buttons. That thing can take a dive and you don't know how to pull it back
So
up.
what do we tell our audience? Because what do we tell them? Because as I was saying, it's glorified nowadays.
Well, I don't know what to tell them. I'm giving them a picture reason why you shouldn't do that, because there's so much more. I think people are looking for to get high or go into another state of consciousness, but they're doing it the wrong way.
Okay.
If you embark upon a journey to understanding who you are, why do you feel like that? How your five senses that we were taught in early grade school, what kind of effect do those five senses have on you? And you're not your five senses. You actually control your five senses. You actually control thought. You really do. We are more powerful than we ever can even imagine that we are. The only reason why I'm taking Beethoven at 62 years old, 63 years old, because I've never done it. That's why I want to do it, because I've never done it, and I really like the sound. And it tickles me that someone like myself is playing Beethoven. I'm already playing for Elise.
Pop two.
And I play that like,
To pop your collar, pop your stuff, right?
Yes,
All right.
but I didn't know anything about it. So
it.
my whole point. So what does that have to do with finance, business? It means that wherever you are, and you think you cannot do it, you're wrong. That's because you've been programmed to think that you cannot do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the planet that you cannot do if you put the work into it.
And it all starts with the thought. It starts in your mind. It starts with your mind, you saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I know no one around me is doing it, but I know I can read a book. And that's why it's so important to get to reach beyond what you can see, touch, taste, and feel, to go beyond your immediate circles and your immediate silos. And that's why reading comes in handy. That's why traveling comes in handy. Documentaries come in handy, because there is the confirmation when you're looking to do something, because you get new thoughts. And when you get a new thought and it's like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to be this, oftentimes the people around you, if they aren't doing anything, they cannot support your thought.
Yes.
But if you go out and you read a book, if you travel, if you watch a documentary, whatever it is that you want to be, whatever it is that you want to do, there are people before you who have done it.
Yes.
And so since there have people before you who have done it, you need to be programming your mind and exercising your mind to say, hey, They did it. Let me get in this mental gym every day, every chance I get, and read books, watch documentaries, take classes, so that I can start to shift my mindset to understand that I can do it as well.
Yes.
And so if you look at the mind, you can look at it as a refrigerator that you put stuff in. You also need to look at it as a muscle. A muscle that you really program. If you're still thinking the same thoughts that you were thinking last month, even 90 days ago, then you got to ask yourself, what's your routine? What have you done? So that you can start to say, okay, I got to do something. Last night we played Taboo. Me and the kids and Kyla's friend, we were playing Taboo. And me and Kai, when we're on a team on Taboo, oh my God, we racking up them points back to back. Like it's interesting. But she was on a team with her friend, and I was on a team with your grandson. And it took him a while at first to get going. And I said, you know what, let's play, because they said, do you want to play Taboo or watch a movie? I said, let's play Taboo because I want to exercise his brain.
Okay.
And so as we were playing Taboo, by the time we ended the game, when he did a round, he was able to get 5 points. Now, before it was like 1 point.
Okay.
So I said, at one point I was like, all right, y'all, I got to go. I've been doing this long enough. And as I saw him increasing, I said, no, let's continue playing, because I see his mind being exercised and his mind getting stronger. And if you don't know what Taboo is, and so these are easy ways to exercise your mind. So it's a card game. Whereas you pick a card and it has a word at the top. Let's say the word is shirt at the top, and then it'll have like 4 words under that you cannot say, but you have to use other words to describe it. So if the word is shirt, I can't say chest or clothing or, vest or something like that. So you have to describe this word to your teammates without saying the word. So it really asks you to exercise your mind. And so it was a way, as I said, just in that moment, we played for an hour. I saw his mind start to stretch and be able to get a grip of the game and start racking in points. Why do I share that? What does that mean to you? If you want to play Taboo, cool. It's great. It's better than watching TV. We don't watch a lot of TV at my house, right? So it's better than watching TV. But if that's not your thing, think about whatever it is that you want to do. How long do you have to take to exercise your mind before you start seeing results? Do you have to read for 20 minutes a day? Do you need to turn off the TV for 20 minutes a day? What are the small things that you can start doing to start reprogramming your mind? Because once you understand that the mind is a muscle and what you put in, you get out, then you'll start to do things differently.
Well, people should already understand it in a way. If you look at it backwards, meaning that any habit that anyone has, they did it repetitiously before it became a habit.
It sounds good, but
it's
most
just a
people
negative
don't.
habit.
Yeah, they don't recognize that.
Well, when you're doing something, okay, I'll put a perfect example. A thief, he's been stealing all his life. You tell him stop thieving, he no, I can't do it. I gotta go steal. That's because he had this habit of stealing.
Right. And he hasn't been caught. So he's thinking,
now, if he stole one time and got caught,
right,
then he might not be a thief.
Right.
But if he keep on, he done stole 100 times, he didn't get caught. Oh, he got a habit now. See, it's a habit. You know, when it's like you take one drink, you don't have a habit. Somebody can tell you.
Right.
But you've been drinking and drinking every day, morning, noon, and night. And you've been doing that for years. It's pretty much of a habit. It's gonna be kind of hard for you to break that. So it works the same way. It's still a principle in terms of doing stuff in repetitiously, just doing it over and over. And you can change and shape your life however you want to. And I learned that at an early age, and I was constantly looking. I still now. I'm very, very inquisitive in terms of how life works. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can.
I'm still very, very inquisitive. I'm still astonished and amazed at what people do and think and how some people act. People do the same thing and get the same result, and that just boggles my mind.
Well, it boggles their mind too. They're like, why am I still? It boggles your mind that their mind is boggled, that they're getting the same results. That's really what you should say, because they get the same results and they're like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Well, you're doing the same thing.
Right. It's almost like saying, okay, 1 + 1 = 5.
Right.
And every time you take 1 + 1 and you mark 5, you take it up to the teacher and she mark it wrong.
Right.
And you just shake your head and you go back to the desk.
Right.
And she give it to you again to go 1 + 1. And you keep writing 5.
Right.
And you go back to her and she says, it's wrong. You go, and it seems like you should say, what am I getting wrong?
Right.
But so many people, millions and millions and millions of people, oftentimes they'll go back and they'll go, I just can't do this.
Right.
I don't understand.
Okay now. Okay.
I don't understand it.
Yes.
Why don't you learn 1 + 1?
Yeah, but you said something important. Instead of asking, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
So that's the key. You must ask questions. What am I doing wrong?
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's
People
the
don't
problem.
want to ask questions. Yes, that's a sweet spot. I'm glad that you said that. You keep going up to the teacher. At some point, you got to be like, you're not going to just keep marking this wrong.
Well, you know, a lot of people when it's in class, they're embarrassed to go up because there's a pretty girl over there, and they don't want the pretty girl
I
to see them
guess.
getting it wrong.
I guess I had a conversation with someone Friday, and I said, just ask.
Well,
Why
yeah.
don't you just ask? People don't ask questions.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. When I was in grade school, I never used to ask questions. I just be glad when the class over because I wanted to get to the cafeteria.
Wow.
But let me tell you something. After I finished
Mm-hmm.
high school, and I said, "Oh my God, it's on me now. There's no more free lunch, and all
Now
my
you
friends
started
going."
asking.
I didn't care. And even right now, at my age now, everybody tell you I ask so many questions.
Yes, you do.
Right?
You do.
You said
And you
everybody.
break
around.
it down and you start talking slow. You're like, I just want to understand.
I have to ask a lot of questions. I'm in love with asking questions.
Yeah.
How does this work? Does that make any sense? I'm very inquisitive and like a kid, and I ask questions. And I didn't do it when I was in school because of embarrassment. But then when you get to a certain age, each and every one of us supposed to say, you know what? I ain't playing no more.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time to play.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
for me now.
Yeah. I got to ask somebody.
I got to ask somebody.
Yeah.
I ain't playing no more. Forget I'm grown now. I need to find out because this is about my life
Right.
and about the homeboys. I
Right.
need to know because I don't know and I'm going the wrong way.
But now that takes a certain level of getting naked.
What,
Saying-
loving yourself?
Well, listen, I know it's easy for you, Big Kahuna. However, we're talking to millions of people. Never forget there's 7.8 million people on the planet, right?
Yes.
Billion people on the
B with
planet.
a B.
So we're talking to billions of people. Not everybody has that experience.
But you got to come to a point of realization and say, hey, listen,
Mm-hmm.
we don't get a do-over in this life anymore. This is for keep. I don't care who looking. I need to find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I keep saying 1 + 1 is 5, and I'm getting it wrong. Can you
Right.
tell me why 1 + 1 is
It's
not
not
5?
five, yeah.
And
I'm
tell
tired of
me
getting
what-
my butt
I'm
kicked.
tired of it because
Yeah.
I don't get a do-over, and time is of the essence. I'm getting older and older, and I don't want to be poor, broke, or misunderstood or misunderstand myself. So you're supposed to raise your hand, and you can do it secretly, and that's why you can call 305
825 1444.
And you call and say, just call, tell Mr. Henderson, tell Hyacinth, we ain't playing no more.
Yeah.
I'm serious. We really, really need to get our life in order. You know, because there is for every problem,
There's a solution.
there is a solution.
Yeah.
Now, it's a solution for the people who do what?
Seek solutions.
That's right, ask.
Yeah.
You got to say,
Yeah.
how do I do that? Now, if you got ego and weight, let me tell you something.
That's my point. Yes.
Ego and
Yes.
pride
Yes.
is not you.
Yes.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Ego and pride.
Yeah.
You got two critters. Okay, you got two critters that stay with you all the time. And then you got two wonderful sources that stay with you all the time. The first critters that eat at you name is pride
Okay.
and ego.
okay.
Never, never leave you. Morning, noon, and night.
So since they're always with you, it's your job to kind of like when people come over, like to keep them under wraps. Like,
It's kind of hard.
yeah, it's very hard.
Ego.
And pride. It's very
So-and-so
hard.
just bought
Yeah.
a car.
I guess.
And
Yeah.
ego said, you going to let that happen?
Yeah.
You know you can't afford it, but you better
That's
do
right.
something.
That's right.
Because the girls at him
That's
or
right.
her, whatever,
That's
right?
right.
So ego is just, oh my God, ego is just at you. The other one is pride.
Pride.
You can't see them, but they in you. Now, those are the critters. I talked about two other wonderful, wonderful sorts.
One of them has to be love.
No, well, it's if you have this, it's wrapped in love.
Okay, let's see. Go ahead.
One is wisdom
Okay, and understanding.
and understanding.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it. Wisdom and understanding. And ego and pride. And how do you
They
get
battle
to
each other.
But here's the thing. In order for you to see more wisdom and understanding, you have to push ego and pride to the side.
Oh, yeah.
But all four of them can't be in the front seat. Like it's only 2 front row seats.
Well, when wisdom and understanding show up, ego and pride has to disappear.
Not without a fight though.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
okay. Remember, I'm a metaphor, a visual person. There's daylight and there's night.
Correct.
They don't coexist.
Right. You have
A
the
lot
sun.
of the bad
right.
stuff, the tough stuff happening at night.
Right.
Like the freaks come out at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. You know
Right.
that, right?
Right. So
That's
they
the
say.
bad. That's the bad. Well, that's the
Right.
bad. You know, nothing good happens at 4
You're
a.m.
telling your age now.
Well, nothing good happens.
Telling your age. That's an old time saying.
Nah, man, but the killers come out at 4 a.m.
Nowadays, they
nah.
broad daylight.
Blueberry, tell them killers come out at 4 a.m. You know, the
He
good
doesn't
people,
know
we
anything
home.
about that.
We're home. The people in the day, the people in the light, we home at 4 a.m.
Right, you're
if
right.
we went to a party, happy hour, we home because we got to get up and start our day.
You're right. That's like your granddaughter had a party Saturday, and her and her friends asked me, "Am I going to the after party with them?" I said, "No way." I'm getting in my bed. What are y'all talking about? I'm going to sleep.
So ego and pride
Mm-hmm.
constantly, I mean, silently
Mm-hmm.
takes over a person's thoughts
Mm-hmm.
and whole existence.
And we all experience it frequently.
Yeah.
We all have a choice to make.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
We all have a choice to make, because I don't want you all out here listening like, oh my gosh, they make it sound so simple. And once wisdom and understanding has the front row seats, ego and pride aren't showing up. They're in the back with the camera crew. Oh no, baby.
No, it's a
they're,
battle.
they're trying to fight their way out every single day.
No, it's a
Every
battle.
single day. They're like, okay, who's going to get to these seats first? Who's going to make this decision? Who is going to do this? Are you going to allow wisdom and understanding to run the show and just wait for things to happen, as Mr. Henderson, as you were going to say, daylight and nighttime, right? So the transition happens. As the transition happens from day to night and to night to day, you have to understand that wisdom will be available and understanding will be available if you keep going.
Well, you know, even as a financial planner, I talk to clients, and oftentimes I have to use wisdom and understanding to try to defeat their ego and their pride. You know, ladies say, "Listen, I'm getting ready to retire. You know, I have $150,000, and I always wanted to get a Range Rover." Now, she said that's because that's going to make her feel good. Now, first of all, she's a slave to the senses, feelings, because feelings. A lot of people in jail because that's how they felt
That's right.
at that moment. Thank God I ain't married that girl in the 6th grade.
Because she made you feel good.
She made me feel she looked good.
Right.
I seen her years later. Woo, Lord.
Right.
Good thing I ain't married her. But
Right.
at that time I would.
Right, right.
Good thing they ain't let 6th graders get married. So
I would have been here, huh?
no, you probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Okay, but you could have might have would.
I think I
You
definitely
coulda-
would have been a
you-
different
you-
person.
You could have been here in 6th
Yeah,
grade.
anyway.
But anyway,
Good Lord.
so as I was saying, you know, as a financial planner, certified financial planner, I often, when I'm counseling clients, I'm trying to bestow wisdom and understanding,
Yes.
and oftentimes I'm battling with their
Ego.
ego and their pride.
That's right. That's right.
And-
And we
and-
can't say that's your ego. I
No.
mean, we can, but we don't.
No. So I'll turn it around and say, why do you think you need to do that?
Yeah.
Or how is that really going to benefit you? Especially you're 50 years old, and chances are that you're probably going to be on the planet for another 30, 40 years. And I got to make sure that you don't run out of money. And at 50 years old, you're not able to collect Social Security yet, or even Medicare. So we need to think that Range Rover at $1,200 a month. We need to think that through, because let me tell you something. When you get hooked on material things and stuff, material things and stuff can never quench your thirst. It's like being on a treadmill. The producer of material things and stuff, their job is to constantly
That's right. Come out with that.
come out with new
That's
things and stuff.
That's right.
So whatever you are
That's right.
stuck on and you think you have to have it this year, just wait next year. They're going to produce something even bigger and better material things and stuff. And you ain't even seen the things that they're going to come out with, replace that, what you stuck on right now, 5 years from now. And you ain't going to have the money.
And you steady running trying to get that. Miss Redhead says
Yes.
we're having internet issues. If we're breaking up, drop a 1 in the comment section. Drop a 1 in the comment section. We just need to narrow down and see if it's us, if I need to make a call to our internet provider, or if it, and I know it's rainy in sunny South Florida. It's been a rainy day. We're officially in hurricane season. Having internet issues. Drop a 1 in the comment if we're breaking up. If we're not breaking up, we will keep rolling and flowing.
Yeah, so we constantly have to battle ego and pride. But when you put ego and pride and wisdom and understanding, you come to us, we can really help you create a fantastic plan. You agree?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The people who listen and get it, they're like, okay, but it takes a level of putting that ego and pride to the back seat. Even to talk about money, because our people, you know, when we were coming up, it wasn't like, you know, our parents and grandparents and stuff were like, hey, let me sit you down to the table and let's talk about money, right? It was, no, mind your business, grown folks talk. Or do you have any money? Like, why you want to know? You know, that type of thing. So, but the process of evolution. So we hope that you have fully picked up what we were putting down, because our goal is always to educate you and empower you so that you can elevate your life. And how do you do that? You do that with understanding, you do that with wisdom. And so we're going to consistently keep sharing with you the power of your mind and the power of understanding your mind, because everything starts in your mind. Whatever you want, whatever you desire, whatever you deserve is attainable as soon as you change your mindset and then take action. You want to do some quick shout outs before we hop off?
Yes. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Tracy, I'm sorry about your loss. You will get past this, brother. This too shall pass. We had it also earlier this week. Hey, man, love you, brother. Just hang in there. It's going to be okay. How you doing, Miss Redhead? Yes, I hope you guys' internet connection will straighten out. If not, Facebook, this show repeats itself, so you'll be able to listen to it over and over and over. Antonio Woodbury, that is funny, brother.
You don't even know he was laughing at.
There
It's
is,
probably something you said.
is Nathaniel Ville. I don't know if this is my daddy
That's
or
your
nephew.
nephew.
Hey, love that mental gym. That's right. It really is an exercise, mental gym.
Miss Redhead, thank you so much for being here, sticking and staying. Miss Vanessa Miller says he blessed you to be a blessing. That is right. That is absolutely why we are blessed. Each and every one of us, not just us sitting here, but any blessing that you have is meant so that you can get the wisdom, understanding, and then share it with everyone else. That's how we grow as a people. Catrice Hunt, thank you so much for sharing your comment. If you all have not done so yet, make sure you tap into the science of being great and the science of getting rich and listen to it so that you can start to reprogram your subconscious mind.
YouTube, right.
Angie Gray says, amen, I'm a realtor. Yes, ma'am. Go girl. She's a realtor. We hope that you are out there working the market, working your database, and closing lots of properties. Mr. James T says, I just shared today's episode. Much love. Thank you so much. Curtis Kegler is in the house. Your brother from another mother. Jerome McMillan is here, and Denise Ward is here.
Love y'all. Love y'all. Cover up. Still wear your mask. I'm telling you, man. You know, we don't know. They got all kind of stuff. We don't know what them people doing out here. We just don't know. I'm telling you.
You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know.
What you
Just
don't
be
know.
safe.
Yes. All right. So stay tuned tonight at 7 p.m. You have the Rising Solution Show with Antonio Woodbury and Tavares Jones. And then on Saturday morning at 8 a.m., we kick off the Understanding Money Show bright and early at 8 a.m. And then at 9:30, I come in for the American Cream. And at 10:15, we have the Understanding Money Part 2 show right here on the Henderson Financial Group Facebook page. If you have not done so already, be sure to hit the like and the share button, and don't worry about if they like your post when you share it. They are looking. Trust me, we know. All right. Until then, stay safe. And if you need to reach us one-on-one, give us a call, 305-825-1444. We are the Henderson Financial Group. Until next time, peace.
Peace.